Germany's defeat in World War I and the humiliating Treaty of Versailles ignited an economic crisis and social turmoil. Amidst the frustration and chaos of the Weimar Republic, a war veteran named Adolf Hitler emerged, promising to restore Germany's glory. Hitler skillfully exploited the public's disappointment and anger. With fiery orations, he blamed Germany's defeat on enemies within and foreign elements, including Jews and communists. In the early 1920s, Hitler joined the German Workers' Party in Munich. To support his political movement, Hitler formed a paramilitary wing called the Sturmabteilung, or stormtroopers, whose members were known as brown shirts. The SA was founded in 1921 and given various tasks: protecting Nazi Party meetings, spreading propaganda, intimidating political opponents, and attacking groups deemed enemies of the German nation, such as communists and Jews. And this is the story of one of the key figures behind that paramilitary force, Ernst Röhm, Hitler's longtime friend and leader of the SA, who ultimately met his end at the hands of the very regime he helped build. In the early 1920s, the Nazi Party was still a small movement. Ernst Röhm had been present since those early days as a close ally of Hitler. Röhm was a distinguished World War I veteran officer. He received the Iron Cross for his bravery and carried battle scars on his face. He joined the Nazi Party early on and helped Hitler recruit the first SA members. Röhm even participated with Hitler in the failed beer hall putsch coup attempt in Munich in 1923. Although the coup failed and Hitler was briefly imprisoned, the friendship and collaboration between Hitler and Röhm continued in rebuilding the Nazi movement. As one of Hitler's oldest allies, Röhm played a crucial role in forming the Nazi Party's gymnastics and sports department, which later metamorphosed into the Sturmabteilung. During this early period, Röhm used his military connections and experience to train SA members, making them the Nazis' reliable street fighters. The SA grew rapidly. From mere dozens of members, it swelled to tens of thousands by the late 1920s. However, this success also made Hitler wary. The brown shirts tended to behave roughly and were out of control. Hitler worried this militia was too powerful. He then formed a smaller, more loyal personal bodyguard unit, the Schutzstaffel, in 1925. Under Heinrich Himmler's leadership from 1929, the SS became a serious rival to the SA. Feeling his position threatened by the emergence of the SS, Ernst Röhm left the Nazi Party in May 1925 and went to South America. He spent 5 years in Bolivia as a military instructor, temporarily stepping away from the German political stage. The economic crisis of the Great Depression in 1929 brought new opportunities for the Nazis. German public support for Hitler surged dramatically. Hitler realized he needed the SA again as a tool for street struggle. So, in January 1931, Hitler called Ernst Röhm back from abroad and reinstated him as the SA Chief of Staff. Röhm accepted the call. With military discipline, he reorganized the SA into a more structured force. The results were astonishing. While in 1929, SA members numbered around 100,000, by 1933 their membership soared to over 2 million. In the March 1933 parliamentary elections, the SA acted brutally, storming rival party campaigns, intimidating voters at polling stations, and spreading political terror. As a result, the Nazi Party won 44% of the votes, and Hitler successfully consolidated his power as Chancellor of Germany. But behind that victory, Hitler began to worry about his own men. The immense power of the SA became a potential threat. Army generals viewed the SA as an enemy that could replace the regular military. Indeed, Ernst Röhm openly referred to the Reichswehr as a collection of old fogies and wanted the German army to be merged with the SA into a new People's Army under his command. Röhm even demanded to be appointed Minister of Defense if his plan materialized. Entering 1934, tensions between Hitler and Röhm escalated. Röhm continued to push for a second revolution and wanted the Sturmabteilung to become Germany's primary military force, while Hitler began to side with the Reichswehr and conservatives for the stability of his regime. External pressure also mounted. President Hindenburg and Defense Minister Werner von Blomberg issued an ultimatum to Hitler that if the SA's chaos was not stopped, the military would take over power under martial law. Hitler conspired with two of his trusted confidants, who were also Röhm's sworn enemies, Heinrich Himmler and Hermann Göring. Both had their own ambitions and grudges. Himmler wanted the SS to stand independently and replace the SA, while Göring wanted to eliminate political rivals around Hitler. The plan for the massacre began to be formulated. In June 1934, Himmler and his subordinate Reinhard Heydrich collected documents, most of which were fabricated, accusing Röhm of planning a coup. One false claim: Röhm supposedly received 12 million marks from France to overthrow Hitler. Although there was no real evidence, this story effectively sowed suspicion. Even Röhm's homosexuality, which Hitler had never previously questioned, was now raised as an additional reason to accuse Röhm of moral depravity and being dangerous to the regime. Hitler waited for the right moment. He wanted to wipe out the SA leadership in one fell swoop. The opportunity came when many senior SA officials, including Röhm, gathered at a hotel guest house in Bad Wiessee. On June 30, 1934, Hitler flew to Munich at dawn, accompanied by SS troops. Around 6 a.m., Hitler's convoy and police surrounded the Hanselbauer Hotel in Bad Wiessee, where Röhm and the SA leaders were staying. The SA leaders were surprised. They were still asleep when Hitler burst in. Hitler personally arrested Röhm, shouting furiously that Röhm was the greatest traitor in world history. Some SA commanders with Röhm were detained on the spot, some even caught in embarrassing situations. In Berlin, SS and Gestapo units already held a prearranged list of dozens of targets. Over the next 2 days, June 30th to July 2nd, 1934, a massive crackdown operation took place. Many SA figures in various German cities were arrested and summarily executed. Hitler later announced that 77 conspirators had been shot dead during the event. This operation, codenamed the Night of the Long Knives for propaganda purposes, was not merely the suppression of a fictitious coup, but also an opportunity for Hitler to exact revenge on his old enemies. Meanwhile, Ernst Röhm himself was taken to Stadelheim prison in Munich. He languished for 2 days, not immediately executed like his comrades. Perhaps Hitler hesitated to directly eliminate his old friend, either due to lingering loyalty or pride in killing a decorated officer. However, the pressure from Himmler and Göring's faction prevailed. Röhm's life could not be spared. On July 1, 1934, 2 SS officers, Theodor Eicke and his adjutant Michael Lippert, were tasked with killing Röhm. They met Röhm in his cell. Previously, to give him a last chance, Hitler ordered that Röhm be offered a single-bullet pistol, so he could commit suicide honorably as a former officer. In prison, Eicke and Lippert handed Röhm a Browning pistol containing 1 bullet. "You have 10 minutes to shoot yourself," they said coldly. "Otherwise, we will do it." Then they left the cell. The atmosphere was a tense silence. 10 minutes passed. No shot was heard. Finally, Eicke and Lippert re-entered. They found Röhm standing tall, bare-chested, defying the execution squad. Röhm refused to die by suicide. "If I am to be killed, let Adolf do it himself," he challenged. In that very instant, a gunshot echoed in the prison corridor. Eicke and Lippert shot Ernst Röhm dead.